A new run every week. Beautiful Hurricane Rana from Gabriel. And there's the unholy roller. I wanna kill you. You're gonna die, J-Style, and that feel. Oh, yeah.
If you're looking for the whole 9 yards, well, my friends, tonight you're gonna get all 100 of them. Doing the math, that makes us NWA Wildside, the nation's #1 pro wrestling alternative. Stephen Prazak along with Dan, the Dragon Wilson. Last week we left you with a main event that's, I believe, is one for all Wildside video collections. We saw the Lost Boys go down in defeat to Future Shock. This might be Future Shock's most powerful wrestling exhibition of all time. And they, in fact, defeated the Lost Boys, former Wildside tag team title. Matter of fact, the Wildside tag team scene is heating up even as we speak.
Yes, indeed it is, because on this edition of NWA Wildside, TNT are going to defend their Wildside tag team titles against the psychotic and lethal tandem of the ticking time bomb SCOTTIE RENN and the sickle-wielding maniac Tank. But that's not all. Stemming from events that happened last week involving Jeff G. Bailey's anniversary celebration and the presentation of the brand new heavyweight title to Iceberg, Jeff G. Bailey got attacked by this mysterious green-masked individual that keeps popping up and had his head slammed into their celebration cake. John Phoenix was irate. John Phoenix issued an open challenge, and tonight the green-masked individual has the opportunity to answer that challenge, wrestling fans. And tonight, in your main event, it's put up or shut up time. Barbed wire will be suspended from the ceiling of the NWA arena, and 2 ladders will be placed in the ring. The first person to climb the match and get the barbed wire nuts can use them. It's a First Blood Rules Stairway to Hell match as the original Chosen One Rick Michaels and the Soul Assassin RAINMAN try to end their rivalry in blood.
ONYX, there's the blackout on Brad Hunter. And it's lights out. ONYX is your winner, along with Jeff Lewis. Impressive matchup here for this youngster and ONYX. Ladies and gentlemen, the winning team, the team of Jeff Lewis and ONYX.
For a team with absolutely no experience. Oh, wait a second, Murder One slipped out of the bottom rope, KOing Jeff Lewis. Obviously, his sights are set on ONYX. Oh, boy. Murder One and ONYX, 2 guys in each other's crosshairs.
He's got ONYX. There's the Zoolander. Zoolander on ONYX by Murder One. And no doubt the gangsta ass of Murder One was highly chafed after that loss to ONYX in the Wildside 3-year anniversary. And now Murder One taking out his wrath on the genetic freak. 2 consecutive Zoolanders and muscling around referee Mike Posey. I hope he doesn't come any damn where near us.
I hope not either. Murder One, incredibly dangerous individual. And for some reason, he is going after ONYX. The genetic freak, the man with the most chiseled chest in all of pro wrestling.
Well, Jeff Lewis picked up some experience and a very important win here. ONYX picked up a win, and then he took it an ass-kicking at the hands of Murder One.
More Wildside right after this.
Last month, the National Wrestling Alliance unleashed TNA, total non-stop action. And now the saga continues with world-class superstars, including the one and only Scott Hall, former world champion Jeff Jarrett, the world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock, hardcore midget mayhem, and feel the heat from the TNA girls. Every Wednesday night at 8, TNA, total non-stop action. Wednesdays will never be the same. Call your local cable operator or satellite provider to order.
He's very proud.
Actually, we're back on in Roanoke, interestingly enough.
The Slim J Minions rising like phoenixes from the ashes. Every week in Roanoke, folks watch it on UPN 24 and 54 every Thursday night at 10 o'clock right after SmackDown. Thanks for joining us, guys.
tag team matchup here, uniting 4 men with a common interest, and that is kicking the ass of the people across the ring from him. Salvatore Rinauro and Kid KOOL formerly comprised G-Rated, once the best of friends, now bitter enemies, and that happens all too often in pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Slim J, the problem child underdog that has fought his way up to the top of NWA Wildside, challenging now for Jeremy Lopez's Wildside Junior Heavyweight Championship. That's his immediate goal, and Jeremy Lopez's goal, of course, to defend that title at all costs. The belt is not on the line in this matchup, and it makes me wonder, when is he going to defend the damn thing? I hope he's making a few stops in Rio de Janeiro, because he hasn't defended the belt in the Wildside arena in a hell of a long time.
Maybe he takes the Pat Patterson Airlines.
You're mentioning Pat Patterson and Jeremy Lopez in the same sentence? I don't want to hear anymore.
Whew, that's all behind us.
Wrist lock by Lopez, counter by KOOL.
However, Lopez feels that his #1 contender, and I believe the matchmaking committee here at Wildside agrees, his #1 contender for that Wildside Junior Heavyweight Championship is in fact Slim J. And undoubtedly that same committee will be assembling something, I'm sure, for our Fright Night either on November 1st or November 2nd here at the NWA Arena in Cornelia, Georgia.
Two-night event fans, and make your reservations now. You can buy your tickets in advance on NWA-Wildside.com. For our fans watching in the Philadelphia area, Combat Zone Wrestling's own Backseat Boys, Trent Acid, Johnny Kashmere, have been confirmed for the Wildside International Tag Team Invitational Tournament. Also, as we spoke of earlier in this hour, Dory Funk Jr., the legend himself, and his protege, the Royal Stud Adam Winter, are going to be a tag team entered in that tournament. The Briscoes will be returning fresh off the heels of Ring of Honor. Whole lot more fans. The Tag Team Invitational Tournament is where it's at on November 1st and 2nd, anywhere in the wrestling world.
Frankly, there's nothing like the big Wildside shows that happen about 5 times a year. This is one of the big ones. Matter of fact, it's so big, it's going to take 2 nights to get it all in. Friday and Saturday night, November 1st and 2nd. We'd love to have you join us. Here in Cornelia, we're only 75 miles northeast of Atlanta, Georgia. Directions and whatnot are all available on NWA-Wildside.com.
Up and over goes Kid KOOL. He lands on his feet, leapfrog. Jeremy Lopez rolls through there. Kid KOOL counters that nip of Hurricane Rana, beautifully executed.
And Jeremy Lopez makes a mad dash for the tagging hands of Salvatore Rinauro. It's funny, he doesn't look Irish. It's a joke, Dan. And what a good one it was, too.
Uh-huh.
I'll be here all week.
Collar and elbow tie-up by Slim J and Salvatore Rinauro. Side headlock by Slim J. This youngster's got quite an attitude, but he's got so much heart that he's completely won over the fans here at the NWA Arena. Nagasauteru there. Counter into an arm drag, beautifully executed by Slim J. Fireman's carry. And Rinauro counters with an arm drag of his own, and Slim J with another arm drag there.
And Slim J puts a stop to the exploits of Salvatore Rinauro. Too sweet. My friends, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more of this tag team matchup right after this.
Fans, we are back. I'm Dan the Dragon Wilson along with Stephen Prazak. You're watching America's #1 pro wrestling alternative. NWA Wildside tag team action here. Fast and furious. Slim J in the ring with Salvatore Rinauro. Rinauro goes for a pin. Both men stand off.
And the bit of a salute from Slim J.
Slimmy gives him the what for.
Thank you, the Roanoke salute.
And Slim J was telling me in the back, under the restraints of his correctional officer, and there it is. He was telling me about a new maneuver. It was a walk-up kick to the face. He calls it the shitty walk.
Couldn't you call it a kick to the face? The shinny walk?
Shitty walk. I don't know. That's all he's want me to say.
Uh-huh. I had no idea that Slim J was bilingual. I knew he had a hard time with English, but I didn't know about the other part. Big flying elbow from Kid KOOL as the 2 former G-Rateds mix it up here this week. Tag team action on your nation's #1 pro wrestling alternative. Hey, we're NWA Wildside.
Oh, look at that. Kid KOOL with a Northern Lights suplex, holding on and rolling all the way through. That was a beautiful maneuver. KOOL a little frustrated with himself that Lopez made it into the ring to break up the fall.
Ooh.
Chop by Kid Cool onto Rinauro. Cool ducks a clothesline. Rinauro ducks a clothesline. To the apron, shoulder to the midsection by Salvatore Rinauro. Springboard clothesline.
Smooth, effortless motion from Salvatore Rinauro, tagging in the Wildside Junior Heavyweight Champion, Jeremy Lopez. And Lopez, not very technical, just the boots to the back of Kid Cool. And a big old forearm right in the face of Slim J for his efforts. Boy, I tell ya, Sal and Jeremy are working great together as a tag team.
Maybe something on the agenda for these two in the future. Tremendous work as a tag team.
Salvatore Rinauro coming with his own version of the Slim J salute. Pity he wasn't grabbing anything.
Mafia kick to the side of the head. Followed by a neck breaker there by Jeremy Lopez. Slim J in to break up the fall.
I'll say bring it up. Swift kick to the head. Lopez is having his hands full of Slim J at ringside.
Standing drop kick by Lopez, and Kid Cool's head ricocheted off the bottom rope. Never good for someone who's already retired once due to multiple head injuries.
And we see Kid Cool back for more. A glutton for punishment.
Well, the heart of this kid is, it's unbelievable. Jeremy Lopez, he's got Kid Cool backdrop driver onto the knee. A variation of the cradle breaker.
Kid Cool dug down deep and managed to get a right shoulder up. And Lopez didn't like the count. Off by him a calculator for his birthday.
Rinauro gets the boot up. And Lopez and Rinauro working still very well together as a team.
Yeah. Salvatore Rinauro with that big size 4 right in the face of Kid Cool.
That big size 4 with his 5-inch green snakes.
Speaking of green, the green guy allegedly makes his debut in the very next match here on NWA Wildside. Salvatore Rinauro, big elbow drop in his former tag team partner.
A very nicely executed elbow drop, I might add.
Yeah.
Well, the best looking thing Rinauro's ever done.
Better than that nose drop thing he tried to get patented. Well, that was gross. That was ugly.
Cool comes up and over. Cradle flatliner by Kid Cool. And this is his opportunity here.
And Salvatore Rinauro landed flat on, I can't say he can't land flat on that nose, but he certainly landed on it.
Tagman into Slim J. Taking down Jeremy Lopez with 2 consecutive right hands. Make it 3. And there was one previously for Rinauro, followed by a boot to the midsection. Reversal, Slim J. Goes to the 3-6 Mafia kick, but Rinauro with a counter there. Salvatore Rinauro, a thinking man's wrestler, done his homework.
He's seen that Mafia kick more than a few times, didn't want to be at the receiving end of it. However, a chat with referee Speedy Nelson is not a good move.
Nagasataru, wait a minute, what does Slim J have here? Oh, good grief! I don't even know what the hell to call that.
Call it bad news if you're Salvatore Rinauro. Lopez in to break up the pin attempt. And it is breaking down here at the NWA Arena.
Slim J, this kid's so inventive. Amazes me each and every week. Of course, in the correctional facilities, he's probably got quite a bit of free time in his hands to come up with new moves.
I'm sure he's equally as amazing in the correctional facility. Your tax dollar at work.
Slim J springboards off the back of Salvatore Rinauro with a Hurricane Rana, and Jeremy Lopez kicks out.
Boy, Lopez was knocked to another world there. And a reverse to Slim J.
Sunset flip by Slim J. And wait a minute. He's got Jeremy Lopez on his shoulders. Anger management! Anger management! Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, the team of Slim J and Kid Cool.
And again, Slim J just pinned the Wildside Junior Heavyweight Champion. That's the second time that I'm aware of that Slim J is able to pull that one off. And Lope has been knocked loopy. The Junior Heavyweight champ doesn't look very champion-like at the moment, Dan.
And if it wasn't a certainty before, I think that just cemented Slim J as the #1 contender to the Wildside Junior Heavyweight title.
I'd count on it. Coming up next, John Phoenix versus the Green Guy. It's next here in Wildside.
John Phoenix.
And I believe the last time we saw Jeff G. Bailey, he had a face full of cake, courtesy of what we're led to believe as the Green Guy. And that is precisely who John Phoenix has laid out an open challenge for in this very match here.
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent.
Well, the lights seem to be out, but all of a sudden a green figure has slowly made his way into the ring. Well, it's green mask is the same guy regardless. He's doing quite a number, and John Phoenix, super kick. If you want to take any wild guess as to who that might be now, after that, a very convincing super kick. Oh!
Even leg drop.
Even more convincing leg drop.
By John Phoenix, and who is this green individual, the green masked man? Good grief, John Phoenix just takes his head off regardless. The crowd here, John Phoenix is furious.
I get the impression Phoenix believes he actually knows this man.
John Phoenix takes the head off of this green masked individual. Who is this guy?
No idea, but Phoenix got his wish. He laid down a challenge for the Green Guy, and besides he's getting that, but he seems to be handling the guy pretty thoroughly. I'm guessing here. Is this the same Green Guy that we've seen? I mean, he's wearing the hood, you know,
Well,
so you never know.
He's getting it handed to him
Yeah.
by John Phoenix, and if this guy wanted to make an impact, sneak attacks were probably the only way to do it, because one-on-one he's not faring too well.
No, he certainly isn't, but with that black t-shirt and the jeans, I mean, in all honesty, and that super kick, it sort of implies some familiar figures in Wildside's recent
He's
past.
going to take the mask off, and Jeremy V?
No, Jeremy V's the Green Guy? Taking a look at Jeff Bailey, it's quite obvious he doesn't believe that the real Green Guy is Jeremy V. Boy, and Phoenix has just had it up to here, throwing Jeremy V over that top. Oh. Out go the lights once again. Seems like this Green Guy seems like emerging out of total darkness. And is that big super kick? Big super kick, and once again the lights go out. I'll tell you, anytime Jeff Bailey gets on the receiving end of a super kick by anybody, that's always good news.
And Jeff G. Bailey is irate.
John Phoenix not too far behind. This Green Guy, apparently there was one in reserve, and I assume the second version is the one.
I am sick of this crap! You've got a lot of guts sticking your nose in John Phoenix's business!
But he did just that, John.
Unlike these idiots, all of these idiots, I know exactly who you are. I've teamed with you, I've faced you, and I know more than anybody else that you are your own worst enemy. Sooner or later, we're gonna face, and I'm not just gonna beat you, I'm gonna embarrass you. And you will never stick your nose in my business ever again!
Phoenix feels that this Green Guy, this mysterious green man, is somebody he once trained, but Phoenix has trained literally dozens of well-accomplished athletes over the years.
I don't know that he's necessarily said he'd have trained him, but
Well,
said he knew him well, and that could be a lot of people because John Phoenix has had quite an extensive resume in the wrestling industry.
and I burnt more than a few bridges. Coming up next, Scottie Wren and Tank taking on TNT. It's next here in Wildside. Nothing less than the ticking time bomb and the sickle-wielding maniac. That's what's awaiting you in the ring as you defend those tag team titles. And I can't help but think there's an awful lot of violence and bone breaking yet to occur in this tag team match.
Well, Bill Behrens made this match at the end of the Wildside 3-year anniversary show when these two teams, Future Shark and the Lost Boys, were involved in a full-way brawl. TNT now forced to defend their titles against Tank and Scottie Wren. And Stradlin and Sexton have tried their best to be conniving and sneaky, and it's just not going to work against these guys.
Well, Tank is just a little bit sneakier. Oh dear, fists are flying in those bizarre faces of Todd Sexton and Tony Stradlin. Oh my. And the Wildside Tag Team Champions are reeling from the attack. Oh, thunderous.
Big chop by Tank onto Tony Stradlin. And Speedy Nelson saying this one's underway.
And Todd and Tony are no strangers to the folks up in Philadelphia who watch us every Friday night at 1 o'clock on WGTW Channel 48.
Out by Scottie Wren. Sexton ducks a clothesline. Scottie Wren's got Sexton caught in his clutches. Tony Stradlin with a drop kick. Not much effort there.
Well, it's probably plenty of effort, but it's Scottie Wren we're talking about here.
And Tony Stradlin got out of the way of his tag team partner being hurled at him. Didn't do Sexton any favors. Still didn't do him any favors.
And apparently Sexton did the honors in catching Tony Stradlin. Man, it's like a game of catch. And the ball is nothing less than the Wildside Tag Team Champions, Tony Stradlin and Todd Sexton, who are about to regroup. So whatever they started off to doing, and frankly, it ain't working.
Not looking very much like champions at the moment.
Yeah, no kidding. Bit of a conference call. Oh, dear. Stomping on the hands of Todd and Tony.
Tank brings Sexton in the hard way. Goes for a back body drop there on a Todd Sexton. Sexton tries to roll Tank up, but he's no avail there. And Tank has Sexton. Choke breaker by the sickle-wielding maniac.
Tank doesn't need the damn sickle. His wrestling goods are damn near unstoppable here this evening. Tag team partner Scottie Wren rather happy with the way Tank is showing up here this week here on NWA Wildside, and the tag team champions TNT are going back to square one. And that's a Tank's version of a handshake.
Tank blasts Tony Stradlin with a right hand. Thunderous chop. And another.
Remember that sternum you used to have there, Tony?
Tank follows him up and cleans the clock of Tony Stradlin with a forearm shot.
Boy, Tank charging in there like a howitzer division on top of Tony Stradlin. Oh, Scottie Wren standing on the ponytailed visage of Tony Stradlin. That cannot feel too good.
TNT are not looking like any Wildside Tag Team Champions I've ever seen. Save for the underdogs, but anybody that's been watching us for a little period of time wouldn't know who the hell they were.
I don't know who they are. It appears that Tony Stradlin is now, his new career is being a chop cushion for the team of Scottie Wren and Tank. Thunderous chops that are got to do a number on one's rib cage and all those rather important parts of the upper body.
And a big clothesline by Scottie Wren.
This is what it means when you're tag team champions. You've got to defend them, even if it means against a team with the power of Scottie Wren and Tank.
And Scottie Wren breaks out in the middle of the ring with his best AC/DC impersonation.
AC/DC?
I'm not even going there, Steve.
Apparently not. I got to read my email. The ticking time bomb is pretty much exploding all over the team of TNT this week with the tag team titles on the line. Wrenn puts the brakes on in the nick of time.
Overhead belly-to-belly suplex by the ticking time bomb, Scottie Wrenn. Tank is in the ring now.
This might be the most single devastating attack I've ever seen on Tony Stradlin since becoming the tag team champions.
Ooh! Mafia kick into a side slam. Tank and Scottie Wrenn have gelled so perfectly since becoming a tag team. And out of respect for one another, because they beat the hell out of each other in several singles matches against one another, and they liked it.
Wrestlers are a funny breed, Dan.
Oh, an interesting breed, no doubt. A high back body drop onto Tony Stradlin.
Tony lands back first on that mat. And Tank and Scottie Wrenn, I dare say they're almost toying with the team of TNT. An eye rake, the great equalizer. Unless, of course, you're Tank.
Tank's got Todd Sexton. He's got him high in the air. So he's going for a power. Oh, good grief. It's from a power bomb into a reverse flapjack.
Tony Stradlin in, dropping an elbow for the save. As luck would have it, hits his own tag team partner in the process. And from the way it looks like Scottie Wrenn and Tank are unstoppable. There has been no offense mounted for TNT at all. Psycho Scotty Slam!
And Tony Stradlin yanked Speedy does it down. His head was going down for the 3.
Oh, Stradlin says it was an accident. Yeah, some accident. We could have had new tag. Wait a second, the team of Future Shock with chairs sneaking in on that bottom rope. Oh, good Lord. Stereo chair shot on the skull of the ticking time bomb. Todd Sexton's covering up Scottie Wrenn. Oh, dear.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match, it's still Wildside Tag Team Champions, TNT.
It took an interfering Future Shock, and it took the referee's attention diverted. Oh, God. Stratton wasn't ready to have any kids anytime soon, was he? Ouch. But it looks like Wrenn and Tank, unsuccessful in their fight for the tag team titles, are going to leave their mark.
Good grief! Spiral brainbuster by Tank to Todd Sexton on the floor, and Tony. Now they don't look like champions.
No, they sure don't. But they did get that pinfall on Scottie Wrenn.
Future Shock.
Yeah. And a pair of chairs banged on either temple of the head of the ticking time bomb. It took all that in order to stop Scottie Wrenn for that elusive 3 count, but they were able to do just that.
And Tank and Scottie Wrenn aren't done, not by a long shot.
No, they certainly are not. I dare say Todd Sexton and Tony Stradlin are not looking forward at all to a rematch with the ticking time bomb and the sickle wielding maniac.
He's going to there's the F-bomb.
I think these tag team champions are done.
And officials now trying to get Tank and Wrenn out of here, but they have done their damage. They have left the tag team champions looking like 2 corpses. And if that doesn't warrant them a title shot somewhere down the line, I don't know what will.
Yeah, I suffice to say, I think a tag team title shot is not too far away. Coming up next, Stairway to Hell. Nobody, repeat, nobody has ever shed more blood in the NWA arena than the original chosen one, Rick Michaels. But shedding blood here this evening is a liability. The first man who sheds any blood after one of them grabs a hold of those barbed wire brass knucks, he is going to be the loser of this match. And neither RAINMAN nor Rick Michaels want to be known as a loser. What a main event this week.
RAINMAN and Rick Michaels going toe-to-toe here in the Stairway to Hell match.
RAINMAN reins in head first on a chair supplied by a fan.
The history between this feud is long and extensive. It started well before Freedom Fight 2002, somewhere in the month of April, when Jeff G. Bailey hired Blackout, RAINMAN, and his then partner, Murder One, to take out the original Chosen One, Rick Michaels. They left Michaels laying in a pool of his own blood in the middle of the ring. One of the most disgusting events I've ever seen until Freedom Fight 2002. In the Holy Wars cage match, RAINMAN and Rick Michaels locked it up again. And with the very barbed wire knucks that you see hanging from the ceiling, RAINMAN left Rick Michaels lying in a puddle of the most grotesque and gruesome viscous life fluid I have ever laid witness to.
And if you did want to see that, it's available on Wildside Home Video. Check us out at NWA-Wildside.com. But heading up to the bleachers is Rick Michaels and RAINMAN.
And with
obviously, no boundaries whatsoever in this match.
No boundaries whatsoever. And at Freedom Fight 2002, with the help of Jeff G. Bailey and a handful of powder, RAINMAN defeated Rick Michaels 1-2-3 and eliminated him from the Holy Wars cage match. That was round one. Round two occurred in the Dark City Death Match just a few short weeks ago here at the NWA Arena. It was a death match, Texas death rules, answering the standing count applied only. Rick Michaels won by the very shred of the skin of his teeth. RAINMAN got his revenge after the match, again with the barbed wire knucks. A bloody and battered Rick Michaels, covered in barbed wire, came to the ringside area following that matchup and issued the challenge for this match to try and finally settle the score between these two. And I don't know if even this match can do that.
Yeah, good luck. Regardless of what's going to happen here, somebody is going to end up bleeding, and that person's going to lose this Stairway to Hell matchup. And to get a hold of those brass knucks, they're going to have to use those ladders, and they are stationed on either side of the ramp here at the NWA Arena. And neither Michaels nor RAINMAN seem to be in much shape at the moment to be thinking about ladders. This match may be a long one in the making.
Well, their hatred for one another is far exceeding the stipulations of this matchup. Irish whip by RAINMAN onto Rick Michaels into the barricade.
Yeah, I think
Slip kick.
Michaels puts the brakes on in the nick of time. Not there, apparently.
Michaels lands in the front row.
What front row?
What's left of the front row.
Displacing the South Atlanta boys from their chairs, but RAINMAN and Michaels are showing each other no quarter at all. Why are these fans still standing there? That slays me. I'd be running like a bunny.
RAINMAN and Rick Michaels now brawling on these storage crates here. Look at these guys rolling atop these storage crates. It is a fight, fans. There's nothing in the context of the word wrestling that describes this matchup of a fight.
Rick Michaels just vaulted RAINMAN onto that security railing and dropped a forearm just for good desserts.
The feud between these two in intensity, in my eyes, has rivaled that of Bill Dundee and Jerry Lawler from the 80s in Memphis, Terry Funk and Ric Flair.
You get the impression that Michaels and RAINMAN don't like each other very much.
And I tell you, Steven, the only way that this feud is ever going to end is for one of these men to admit that the other is better than he is.
Oh, no such luck there.
No, that's never going to happen. Jeff G. Bailey trying to get involved with Rick Michaels. Oh, good God almighty. Good grief.
The ladder vaulted into the face of the original Chosen One, and Jeff Bailey is really happy with the way that scene turned out.
An experiment in brutality.
An experiment in pain.
And we know the pride between these two. Oh, good grief, baseball slide into the face of Michaels yet again.
Nothing but sheer brutality, non-stop, from both these competitors, but right now the original Chosen One is feeling the brunt of it, courtesy of the Soul Assassin. Wild swinging right hand.
The backgrounds between these two so different, polar opposites. RAINMAN trained professionally by his former tag team partner, Murder One. He followed right along the lines in the street-like attack, the ghetto, the Dark City. And we saw the Dark City in full effect here at the 3-year anniversary, and it's not a place I would send my worst enemy to.
But then again, your worst enemy and RAINMAN, I think, are two entirely different peas and some sort of unholy pod. Ooh! A beautiful counter for a charging RAINMAN, merely moving that ladder 90 degrees so the edge crotches the charging RAINMAN in the process. Very crafty, very smart, very clever on the part of the original Chosen One.
The original Chosen One, Rick Michaels, back on the offensive and dropping a leg on RAINMAN there, and he's calling for a chair. And this...
Chairs he wants, chairs he gets.
Rick Michaels
putting the crotch of RAINMAN within the folding area of that chair. Looks like Michaels decided to go to another plan here. Oh boy.
Rick Michaels innovating some offense on the testicles of the Soul Assassin.
The former testicles of the Soul Assassin. It's a pin attempt. Rick Michaels now realizing he needs to climb the ladder to get those brass knucks and create some first blood on somewhere on the body of RAINMAN in order to win this match. Pinfall, oh, how quaint.
Michaels so incensed with destroying RAINMAN, he went for a pinfall. He forgot about the stipulation. Because it doesn't necessarily matter to Michaels what is on the line here, but that he destroys RAINMAN.
It seems to be in that the southeastern corner of the ring.
And Michaels is going to the other ladder.
Do you really need two ladders to reach that?
Know what Michaels has in mind here.
I'm not going to reason with the original Chosen One. Right now, he's beyond all realms of reason.
Oh, well, not a bad maneuver here, creating himself a double standard of support.
Well, since there's no one around to hold the ladder while he climbs up to the top, is that what you have in mind? No. Wants to drop a forearm on the head of RAINMAN, courtesy of the ladder.
Oh, certainly more impact when you come from that level. Now Rick Michaels going up to the top, trying to get a RAINMAN.
Forearm across the lower back.
Back suplex off that ladder.
Good deal more altitude than Rick Michaels is used to when he was on the receiving end of that move.
When it comes to ladder matches in Wildside, you certainly have a lot to live up to. But these two men care not about living up to anything previously. The only thing they care about is the destruction and demise of one another.
And they're well on the way of doing just that. In all honesty, I would hate for Wildside to continue without the services of Rick Michaels. But the rate he's going, I mean, he may not be around that much longer. Oh, good Lord.
Michaels hard into the ladder.
So just a few minutes ago, that's about less than a minute ago, Jeff Bailey getting in on the action. Like RAINMAN really needs much assistance.
Now RAINMAN in control. RAINMAN is going to go for this. He's just a little off center.
I'll say. RAINMAN's been off center all his life. Not that Michael's too far behind. Michael stops RAINMAN in his tracks on that ladder. Fists are flying. And just a plain old simple shove of the ladder, and RAINMAN just collapses in a heap. My God, what a main event this week on Wildside.
Rick Michaels has the ladder once again.
That is not a good idea at all. Well, maybe it's a little better idea than I thought.
Swinging that ladder Terry Funk style, and Andrew Thomas goes down.
Didn't work very well in a certain bingo hall, but it seemed to do pretty well here at the NWA Arena. Rick Michaels is making his way up to that top of that ladder. My God, he's got it. If he wants it, he's got it. Rick Michaels has the barbed wire.
Rick Michaels has attained the barbed wire nuts. And he nails RAINMAN. He nails RAINMAN with the barbed wire nuts. Those things are so sharp.
Yeah, no kidding.
RAINMAN is bleeding. He is bleeding. This matchup is over.
No, it's not, because referee Andrew Thomas has not seen the blood on the face of RAINMAN.
RAINMAN is bleeding. It's over. Thomas should ring the bell. The match is over. Rick Michaels is your winner. What the hell is Bailey? He's wiping the blood off his face. He's wiping the blood off of his face.
Precisely the reason that Jeff Bailey is at ringside, wiping the blood off the face of the Soul Assassin, but referee Andrew Thomas taken out of the picture. Forgive the expression, but I see a screw job in the making. Hope I'm damn wrong.
What the hell is this? Spine splitter by the Soul Assassin.
And the Soul Assassin puts that do-rag on his head as in case any blood might happen to seep on out. But the Soul Assassin has the barbed wire, and he just clocked Rick Michaels with it. Oh, good night. Oh, man. Rick Michaels was just beaten over the head with those barbed wire brass knucks.
And
Michaels
now
is bleeding.
Michaels is lacerated, but RAINMAN was lacerated first. And Andrew Thomas needs to be smartened up to that fact.
He's about to be smart enough to the fact that he sees Rick Michaels bleeding, but he does not see RAINMAN bleeding, although apparently it seems...
Oh, horse's ass!
That's precisely what we
Horse's
expected.
ass!
The chicanery of Jeff Bailey and RAINMAN.
No! No way! No way in hell, damn it!
RAINMAN was in fact the first man to bleed. Referee Andrew Thomas in no shape to see it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, RAINMAN. What? No way! No way in hell!
The crowd not very happy and voicing their disapproval with the...
Get it! Kick his ass! Kick his ass!
double shot on referee Andrew Thomas. Gives you a good indication what Rick Michaels thinks of his decision.
Well, I tell you. Ladies and gentlemen, the man that should be the real winner of the First Blood Stairway to Hell match, the original chosen one, Rick Michaels.